successful recording. And away we go! Yeah, you would think the president would have more protection, but that's the point! That's why Lee's like, why is this happening? And it was all engineered to trick the man. So here in Ruinaland, Mysterious number 1. To you, the Meliorese who were born at the same moment. The Naruto. The Yamato Nadeshiko. These are your flesh bodies. They were formed from the human knowledge of fire and ice. I am fire, then? And I, ice. What of the Lord of Ruin? He still sleeps on the other side. In order to summon him, we Meliorese must gather his nourishment. Nourishment? You mean the negative thoughts of living beings? Shall we generate fear, agony, and hatred by having them die meaningless deaths in the throes of despair? Exactly. I'm going to the northern reaches, the North Septum Polum and the South Meridian Polum. If we can bring forth the Ultram exterior from those places, humans will sink into a mire of fear and despair. Then you will begin your work. Understood. And then, haha, this is gonna be fun! Yeah, like he just created like a really submissive lady. Meanwhile in Paris, yeah, and she does fall in love with his son. We don't have enough information coming in. You can't tell what's true and what isn't. You doubt us and not you doubt us and not the Steel Dragons? I mean, they've got a fucking record of being good. I trust my gut more than my superiors. I don't think they're interested in rebellion. From what we saw, it's possible they were colluding with the enemy when they went MIA. And that's why you're saying they plotted to assassinate the president? I mean, if they were plotting to assassinate the president, somehow getting the Guy Sabers to come with them and bring the president and then shoot him out of, like, the shittiest assassination plot ever. But, yes, and after they fulfilled their objective, they ran from the scene. Currently, the Guy Sabers are in pursuit. Send a message to the Far East Division. The entirety of the Steel Dragons will be discharged from the armed forces and arrested. If they capture the Steel Dragons, they need to let us take them into custody. They should be captured if they come to deliver their report, too. We'd rather investigate this incident ourselves, figure out what happened, and have them tried in military court. If you protect them, you risk be inviting suspicious onto yourself. Even if you don't order them to be hunted down, it still may look like you're aiding fugitives. How very heavy-handed of you. Weren't you the one who brought the President to the front lines in the first place? I'm repeating myself, but the ones who took the President's life were undoubtedly the Steel Dragons. You need to hurry up and get after them. Further, Vice President Don Hendricks, who is succeeding the President, will be sending the same order momentarily. I'm sure you understand. That's an order from the highest office. This is not something you can refuse. Then he hangs up. This has become very serious. Yeah, I mean, that's why you're you're fan of letting them do whatever they want because it might be good. He's comfortable saying that much. It may not be the whole story, but it seems true that the Steel Dragons were the one who caused the President's death. So there's no need to investigate that particular point. If you lied about that, then he'd be the one with the back against the wall. So, that's true. Well then, Jacob, what do you think? And here's the one useful and good dude. I find it hard to believe that Captain Lafina Enfield would plot treason and go after the President's life. She rose to squad leader and captain of a ship at her age, so there's no question her capabilities. Sometimes she can be a bit aloof, but... I mean, Jacob wants to kiss Lafina all over her body, so saying she's a bit aloof is probably a nice way of saying she can be a goof. You certainly know a lot about her. Have you invited her in for a glass of champagne yet? Waiting for my chance, sir. So? It was either an accident or a trap. Alter Steinbeck's attitude supports that. I see. In that case, Daniel, discharge all members affiliated with the Steel Dragons from the military. And send an order to all units. If they find the Steel Dragons, they are to force their surrender and take their officers into custody. If the Steel Dragons resist, they are permitted to use force. Is that okay, sir? It's an order from the top, so we have to follow it. If Lafina Enfield is the kind of person Jacob thinks she is, she won't lay a hand on our troops. It's unlikely they'll comply with the surrender order from our side. Why is that? She's not going to protest their innocence to Kenneth of the Far East Branch, but to us, that would be more effective. So if we just summon them here, you can't do that. Ignore all messages from the Steel Dragons. Even if they offer to be summoned here, ignore it. Huh? If you shelter them, he'll target us. That's his plan. So, as of now, the Steel Dragons are MIA. I see. He'll get them to act as a non-affiliated independent squadron. Like that, they can... That's right. He will act as the pipeline for information. However, we can't ease off on the pursuit. And I'm not involved with them, because they're rebels who are not under our jurisdiction. Do you understand, Jacob? Yep, this is off the books. Just like when you were with the 00 section, eh? It's a long time ago, sir. In any case, you'll be a busy man. You'll be watching people with connections to the Steel Dragons, and if needed, providing security for them. I think they'll be running into the Gaia Sabers many times. There's a person in the upper echelon who has a connection to the Steel Dragons. Who? Taylor Centrum. He hasn't been touched by the Scythe of Harper yet. Centrum. A well-known family whose daughter is a traitor. How will he handle it? His family bonds are strong. Then you don't need to involve him. And regarding the other investigation, use every means necessary and come to a conclusion as soon as possible. Roger. Root split! Do we go to Earth? No, even though it's cooler, we're going to space, cause it sucks, but we don't know what's ever happened in space. That's my song about going to space. So, let's go. Space, it's just like space route. And now here's the newsman. That's the information we've received from the ground so far. Once more, for those who are just tuning in, today at 10:22 AM Federation Standard Time, the specialized Earth Federation military squadron known as the Steel Dragons betrayed the Federation. They attacked and destroyed the escape vessel of President Graham Grissman, who was on the Air Christmas, the mothership of the Gaia Sabers. The staff aboard the escape vessel are all dead. The Steel Dragons fled the scene and they are still at large. Further, after the attack, we have reports that the Gaia Sabers are currently engaging the guests. Dead seriously, Dick. So it's true, the President was on that ship. We did something we can't take back. Judging from when and how the ship was launched, it's unlikely it was the President's idea. If we had complied with their demands, this wouldn't have happened. My judgment was wrong. No, the fault lies with me. The ship that destroyed the President was mine after all. That may be the end result, but the timing of the President's launch doesn't add up. This was not an accident. We may have been used to kill the President. So, the Gaia Sabers, Altair Steinbeck's plan was to get us to surrender our ships, but to kill the President, yeah, it wasn't to get us to surrender our ship, but to kill the President and have us take the blame. And now we've been branded as traitors. Ewan, what are people saying on the net? There are some claims of conspiracy, but overwhelmingly, they're asking for our arrest. And anything on the Gaia Sabers? There's an investigation on who to blame, but during the fight with the guests, it doesn't look good that we appear to have started a rebellion. That's what I'm seeing. Why would the Archon appear at that time? I doubt it was a simple recon team. I think their arrival was staged. Think it was a setup? Most likely. The Gaia Sabers predicted our movement. They set it up so we'd have to use the breakout formation to escape from battle. But it doesn't add up. Everyone already knew the Gaia Sabers had suspicious aspects. People only overlooked it because they were under direct authority of the President. If they were to lose that authority, then they wouldn't be able to protect themselves. However, by staging this during the fight with the guests, it would fall upon Steinbeck himself to seek out who the fault lies with. If he's adept at controlling the situation, the Gaia Sabers could end up better off than before. I think if there's anyone who's adept at controlling a situation, it's that fucking dude. Considering he's controlled literally every situation that has ever occurred in the history of the universe. And now Ratzel, if all he wanted to do was kill the President, then there should have been other ways to go about it without involving us. Considering the timing, our being framed for killing the President is probably just one part of whatever Arthur's true plan is. What could that be? I don't know yet. His plan has plenty of holes if you look close enough. That could be because the plan was interrupted by the Steel Dragons being summoned to Legius, or the Ruiner appearing, or other unexpected incidents. On the other hand, he might have based it around these events happening. No matter what it is, the situation we're in is overwhelmingly disadvantageous. Not only the Gaia Sabers, but the entire Federation is pursuing us. I have no intention of firing on my fellow troops. Let's send a message to the Joint Chiefs of Staff and explain the situation. We have no intention of rebelling. If we don't tell them about Arthur Steinbeck's possible plan, then... However, if we were caught now, it would be bad. While I try to get in touch with my contact in the Joint Chiefs of Staff, shall we head for Commodin Island? That's the Korrigane's port of call, and you can restock and repair there. We'll accept your gracious offer, Etzel. I wonder if the Joint Chiefs of Staff will even listen to us. I don't know, but while his methods differed from ours, President Grisman's always acted to protect the Earthsphere's independence. It falls on us due to our involvement in the President's assassination to impeach Steinbeck and uncover his plot. Yeah. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Something feels... Report! The power from Tesla Drive 1 is failing. The cause is damage from the previous battle and our high-speed maneuvers. Drive 2 is holding out, but after what we went through, it needs emergency maintenance. Then, let's execute a water landing. The Haganeh will keep watching the sky. Understood. His plan had holes in, but also, because of the nature of him and his plan, it actually had no holes at all. Fucked up when you think about it. The Hiryu Kai has completed its water landing. Any enemies in the water? Nothing at the moment. Then keep us at this altitude. Keep the entire ship on alert. Yes, sir. Enemies. That no longer just means the guests of the Ruiner. What are we gonna do? Captain? What is it? What are we gonna do? That's right, I can't get tripped up over this. Captain Daitetsu never showed the crew any of his worries. We can only prove our innocence through our actions. We've always been able to get ourselves out of sticky situations. That won't change. Captain. Stalk class carriers, 3 of them, 6 o'clock. There they are, look at them, fuckers. Our pursuers have come, what's their affiliation? Gaia Sabers. Then we'll distract them. Mizuki, relay that. Roger. What? The colour of the sky! Alarms. Captain, there's a strange mass reading there. There's a strange mass reading in the air. There's a strong ES wave with it. It's getting larger. Where's the ES wave coming from? The South Pole! Nani heck, what? It's covering the airspace. Alarms. An even stronger ES wave! It's coming! Duh. Is this what people say on the net? Something about cats and Pepe? Pretty much, actually. Pretty much. And, yeah, let's